Hey, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, and today I want to talk about Black Lightning #1. So let's get into this. So Black Lightning #1 picks up after the events of Absolute Power. Jefferson Pierce is dealing with the aftermath of what happened and what Amanda Waller actually did. He's in therapy somewhat at the moment, and we get to see these scenes of what exactly happened to our dear superhero Jefferson Pierce here. He actually jumped into action with his two daughters, Thunder and Lightning, and sadly they failed, and Thunder and Lightning lost their powers. And we kind of pick up after the fact, after that happened, and he's kind of dealing with what exactly happened, and dealing as a father of what actually happened to his children and how he couldn't keep them safe in this horrible situation. So what does Jefferson Pierce do after this? Well, Mr. I don't want to join the Justice League joins the Justice League all of a sudden. And he is a part of a special task force to basically be a little bit more proactive instead of reactive on the saving and superhero stuff, which is really interesting. And he's also part of, as well, he is, because of what Amanda Waller did with taking away the powers and people getting powers back, some people didn't get the exact same powers back, or their powers initially got affected in some way or changed, and people are actually starting to have dormant metahuman abilities, and Jefferson Pierce is basically gathering these people, training them, and teaching them how to use their powers, because people are being hunted down and stuff who have powers, who aren't necessarily superheroes. It's kind of a weird thing. And as we are switching back and forth from present day to and where Jefferson is fighting and combating these supervillains and trying to help these people with superpowers, we get this really interesting twist where one of his children is off in New Orleans. He doesn't really know why. They become very distant from Jefferson and his family, and we don't really know why. And we find out later on that Anissa, one of his daughters, which I believe her name was Thunder, and the other one, Jennifer, is Lightning. She shows up, and she has the exact same powers as her sister, which is odd because originally Anissa doesn't have that kind of power. She has more like super strength and like invulnerability, stuff like that. So that's where the comic kind of ends at like a shock, like, oh my God, what exactly is going to happen going forward in this Black Lightning series. Now let's take a look at the lovely artwork. I totally forgot to mention that the story is written by Brandon Thomas and the art is done by Fico Ossio. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, but I just have to say the artwork in this book, Black Lightning, is really, really beautiful. I love the colors and all the action and stuff. The way they use his lightning powers and the effects are really, really beautiful. Like, this is a very, very well thought out in artwork wise, panel layout, stuff like that. Like, you're not really getting confused with what exactly is going on and stuff like that, but it is some of the best artwork I feel like I've seen in quite some time. Like, it just blew me away, like how dynamic a lot of the stuff is with all the artwork and the action scenes and stuff. Like, it's just very, very well done. Very pleasantly surprised that it was really good, to be honest. All in all, in closing, I actually really, truly enjoyed this first issue of Black Lightning. As somebody who hasn't really read a lot of Black Lightning comics in the past, the only one I've ever actually read was the Black Lightning Year 1 miniseries is what I read before. I'd never seen the TV show. but I picked this up randomly because I was like, oh, that's cool. We haven't had Black Lightning in quite some time. A lot like when I reviewed the Question series. We haven't had the Question sometime. This first issue blew me away, and it really made me fall in love with the character of Jefferson Pierce and his family. Like, they're fun characters. Like, I like this series a lot, and the mystery of what exactly is going on and what Jefferson's going to do to help these people with their powers. Because, you know, Jefferson is a principal. He was at a school and whatnot. This is fun, interesting, a very introspective issue, I feel like, especially with what Jefferson is dealing with. As a father, personally, I totally get what he's going through, being somewhat of a helicopter parent when your child goes through some kind of very traumatic experience. So yeah, I recommend Black Lightning #1. It's definitely worth your time. Very new reader friendly, I feel like. Like, it was easy to jump into this, to say, you know, the least. But yeah, definitely go check it out. Black Lightning #1. You won't be disappointed.